Yes, hello and welcome to another daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Wednesday, the 8th of November 2023, the year of BSV. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Here we go, let's get into it today. So I just had to report on this because this is literally probably one of the funniest things I've ever heard. So let's just go over this article and see the evidence that has been presented. Here we go. So this is a post from Rushi, or Diego. So it says this was posted on the 4th of November. So it says, breaking. COPA, in a possible oversight in its accusation, brings to light a document that could definitively prove that Craig is Satoshi. ID 00073 metadata, dating it to 17th of September 2005. EID 00077, a genuine document, is dated 28th of October 2005. COPA, they exchanged information about a portion of what would later become a Bitcoin white paper. In a confusing analysis, COPA seems to have hung itself with its own rope when it claims that an altered document containing a portion of the Bitcoin white paper was changed in the year 2005. Do they know that Bitcoin was publicly released after that? In other words, if Dr. Craig Wright had altered his document, it would still be definitive proof that he is Satoshi because it was done before the Bitcoin launch, and he had access to specific excerpts of the white paper before it was publicly released. This is hilarious. So in document ID 00073, Statistics Assessment Homework, number 1, the document purports to be a piece of homework prepared by Dr. Wright in connection with his STAT 6640 course at the University of Newcastle in Australia. It is dated on its face for the 28th of October 2005. But bears internal metadata dating it to the 17th of September 2005. The document contains language similar to that found in the Bitcoin white paper. In quotes here, reasons for allegation of forgery. This is from COPA. So number 3, ID 00073 contains hidden embedded content indicating that the content was copied directly from the Bitcoin white paper and which has then been edited away to appear to be a precursor content. Number 4, the document has been backdated. The first page of the document is very similar to ID 00077, including the same cover sheet layout, course number, date of signature 28th of October 2005, and deadline month October 2005. And it shares other characteristics of the same ID 00077. However, that same document, a genuine document, quote here, is dated 28th of October 2005 in its metadata as well as on its face, which is after the last modified date in the internal metadata of that ID 00073. Point 5, and that ID 00073 bears the same signature date as the later document 077, taking the metadata of 073 at face value. That date was over a month in the future. At the time, ID 073 purports to have been created. ID 073 contains embedded hidden text source from ID 077, a reversal of the timeline given on the face of the documents and their metadata. So this sounds absolutely hilarious. So we've got here the ID 073 Statistics Assessment Homework, where it says the document purports to be a piece of homework prepared by Dr. Wright in connection with his STAT 6640 course at the University of Newcastle in Australia. It is dated on its face for 28th of October 2005, but bears internal metadata dating it to the 17th of November 2005. The document contains a language similar to that found in the Bitcoin white paper. Okay, so the Bitcoin white paper was released on the 31st of October 2008. And both these dates that they're giving here are prior to that release. So we've got September 2005 and October 2005. So what do they actually mean by this? The document has been backdated. The first page of the document is very similar to ID 077, including the same cover sheet layout, course number, date of signature 28th of October 2005, deadline month to October 2005, and it shares other characteristics of ID 077. However, ID 077, a genuine document, that's their words, is dated 28th of October 2005 in its metadata as well as on its face, which is after the last modification date in the internal metadata of 073. 073 bears the same signature date as the later 077, taking the metadata of ID 073 at face value. That date was over a month in the future at the time ID 073 purports to have been created. So are they suggesting that from, what's the date? From the 17th of September 2005, that Craig travelled forward in time to the 31st of October 2008 to get language similar to that found in the Bitcoin white paper, and then travelled back in time to the 28th of October 2005 to plagiarise Satoshi in his white paper in his own work for the university. Because that's what it sounds like from here. That sounds absolutely hilarious. Oh my goodness me. Literally, they are digging up as much crap as they can, and I think they've literally just shot themselves in the foot with this, because they're just making shit up. And so you make shit up, shit happens. And this is one thing that they've found. So this is their own evidence they're going to be submitting. And I'm guessing Craig could actually use this as evidence to prove his own claim. You know, that's what it sounds like to me. So there it is. Yeah, 25th of May 2005. Craig Wright, University of Northumbria, Newcastle. And there he is, looking suave with his bit of champagne, celebrating there. Loving that. Loving that. So BitCrash has just said here, even though the first entered case trial, 019, Craig is defendant, but to make things easier, because he is the claimant in the following cases, they will make him the claimant in the first case. You can't make this shit up. This can set unfair bias. Well, actually, I don't know about that. Because if Craig is the claimant, he has to put forward his claim and prove that he is Satoshi Nakamoto, which means he has to put forward documents and prove who he is, which should pretty much settle the case, really. So really, again, what I think all Craig needs to do is make sure that his documents that prove his claim are seen by the judge, because I think and suspect that the judge will do all he can to say that he just simply hasn't seen the documents. He goes, I've got his documents, but I see nothing. He'll be pushing them around his desk because he won't turn them over. Literally, there is no harm in filing these documents properly and make sure they are stamped by the court so that they are now a matter of public record. It is absolutely essential that this is done. I literally cannot state this enough. You wouldn't even need to answer the questions of the people, or the people going against you. If they cannot prove their claim, all you simply have to do is make sure that your documents are a matter of public record and stamped by the court. And you have to do this. They have to be bonded properly. So bonded either with superglue or preferably a rivet is what's required. So they have to be they just have to be stamped and on a matter of public record. It's so important that this is done. I can't stress this enough. So if you want to reach out, we'll make sure that I can actually make sure that this is done for you, Craig, with the experts that I've been working with, telling me what you need to do. And the highest form of sort of public record is to actually get your documents apostilled. If you can actually get your documents apostilled, they will be accepted anywhere and everywhere all around the world. And that's what you need to do with the evidence that you've got that proves who you are. This could effectively win and lose the case for you. It's really important. So again, a stamp has to go on the front and on the back, in the bottom right, with your name. It should be full colon Craig hyphen, so continuation of the sentence, your name, then colon right with your thumbprint on it. And it has to be lodged in the court so the court can actually see it and they use it, and the judge is using this as evidence for your case. It's absolutely imperative that this is done. This is pretty much all you need to put your evidence in the court and make sure it's seen. So anyway, I do hope you hear this, and I hope it helps. And remember, this is all about the largest court case in financial history, the cabal masquerading as COPA, the Crypto Open Patent Alliance. versus Craig Wright, the inventor and creator of Bitcoin, on the 15th of January 2024. Stay tuned, we'll bring you more, and until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.